Is it recording? Okay. Okay, so I think Frank's playing with this toy back there. I turned my lights on because it was getting dark in my room because I've been playing this for longer than I thought I'd be. More importantly, you're excited to be here with the spirit, which makes it all the more crushing when you're interrupted by the arrival of Claudette and Dwight. Claudette, Dwight, funny seeing you here. Wait, did I say funny? I meant tragic. Tragic? I don't think so. What could be tragic about a family reunion? Those are always joyous occasions in my experience. Family. Before they can explain what that's even supposed to mean, the lighthouse begins to howl a low, frightening sound. The lens begins to glow in a now familiar way. Prepare to shield your eyes in case something bad happens to you again. Now isn't the time for any reality show adjacent shenanigans. Dwight, Claudette, shield your eyes. We don't know what the lighthouse will. Now, please don't interrupt. You'd think after all this time you know that we've got your best interest in mind. Wait, what? No, of course, I don't think that. Got wax in your ears, friend? I asked you not to interrupt. Too late. The black light flares. In the darkness, you see something horrible and strange. In the place of Claudette and Dwight are two ghoulish silhouettes. But before you can focus on them, the light passes, and the two survivors are returned to their normal. Yeah. It's breezy up here. I should have packed a sweater. What in the hairy hell? Hey, watch the language. You shouldn't speak that way. Oh, the Oni. Around your elders. Grandpa? Oh, I thought he... Oh, he's the grandpa. Yeah, I thought he was the father. My little Rin. You're such a woman now. You grew up so fast. What? Try me, Grandpa Kazan Yamoka. Well, technically not just Grandpa. Technically, he's my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. But that's a lot of grace to say in a row. I've seen my little Rin since I watched over her from the afterlife when she was just a little girl. I expect you all to say the greats. It's a matter of honor and respect. Except Rin. She can do whatever she wants. My precious little angel. But you. When he stares at you with his demonic red eyes, you're pretty sure even the decorative third eye on his mask is looking at you. You mongrel. You must treat me with respect, or so help me, I'll be cleaning bits of your head off my cannibal. A cannibal is like a metal baseball bat covered in spikes. For your information, not sure what a peasant like you is doing so close to a descendant of the noble Yamoka bloodline in the first place. Dirk, Claudine, explain what is going on to me. It's Dwight, sir, and Claudette, remember? I'm explaining to you that you were going to come meet with your great-great-great-great-granddaughter's suitor and to give or withhold your approval. 5 greats. Great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. Sir, your honor, master, sir. Dwight, he's a samurai, not a judge. Grandpa, they must have summoned you here because they think you have great judgment, and because if they summoned my father, I would be too distracted by torturing him for all eternity to continue with the rest of the whatever this is. Show, game, experience. Oh yes, that makes sense. Only a man of my own power and magnitude can help. Self-important much? Nice to meet you, Kazan. All of my friends and family call me Kazan. Those who tremble in fear of my presence call me Oni. You're seeing a serious resemblance to Trapper in not only the sheer size of the man that Oni is, but also his attitude. Apparently Spirit has a type. You sure you can or want to measure up to that? It dawns on you that, wait a second, maybe you do resemble me. Every time you've tried to look at your own reflection, however, you become dizzy and confused. This definitely deserves more thought, but now is not the time to consider the fact that you might be some kind of hulking vampire with the first ever case of self-blindness. There's a massive samurai mad-dogging me from 2 steps away. Well, you don't scare me at all, so I'll stick with Kazan. Peasant, I realize now the true purpose of my visit is to extinguish your light. Oni waves his katana in the air at you menacingly. My great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, like great-great-great-granddaughter, apparently. Hold up there, Grandpa. It's not so fast. You're only supposed to kill them if they deserve it. First, you should get to know them a little better. Young people these days. Always waiting to kill people, insisting they must deserve it. Back in my day, you did what needed to be done because your nobility depended on it. In his day, for such an imposing presence, he sure is giving off serious old man yells at cloud vibes. See, when I was a young man, we didn't have foreigners in our land. Didn't need them. We had an abundance of culture already. A little too much, if you ask me, but I didn't make the rules. The rulers did. Exactly how it should be. Literature, art, commerce, theater, fashion, poetry, puppet shows, ghost stories, courtesans, gambling, fighting, fine dining, fast food, public executions. What were we talking about? Spirit giggles at her great. Okay, I'm not saying all those every time. I don't want his forgetfulness. You wonder, does she even like the guy? She sure hates her father, so... Listen up, old man. We don't have time for you to list every activity available to a samurai in the entirety of the Edo period. Silence, peasant. You're showing your ignorance. Samurai were forbade from many activities that didn't befit the Bushido code, such as attending a certain theatrical performances. For instance, sometimes, however, a samurai would put on a disguise in order to seek out entertainment. Now, I'm not saying I did that, because I had honor, and a body built like an entire castle that was quite hard to hide, but clearly I have neither my honor nor my physique. I don't even know about the ins and outs of the shifting rules of traditional samurai etiquette, you fool. Rin, what would you want with such an uneducated admirer as this? I find it hard to believe that any contemporary person knows all that much about who was and wasn't allowed to do what leisure activities over 100 years ago. However, you're really not sure how to handle this massive demonical man. Oh wait, I get it. Sweet Rin, my beautiful descendant, you invited me here to do what you're too kind to do. Bash this jerk's head in. Claude, Doris, fetch my cannibal. Rin, wrap your robe around this mongrel's hands and hold them still. We'll splatter their brains on the beach together as a family. Grandpa, no, that's not why I invited you here at all. In fact, I didn't invite you. Claude and Dwight did. Yes, sure. This whole saying wink, wink, out loud thing is getting out of hand. Him and Trapper really do have a lot in common, don't they? I swear, Troy is a good soul in the heart of a warrior. They fought for my love, and their own way, faced down death more than once, and put up with their fair share of nonsense. Nonsense which seems to be endless. Can we, I don't know, wrap this up already? Of course. Who am I to expect anyone to wait around for my approval? I've only been hanging out as a ghost and watching my bloodline be polluted by cowards and quitters for 5 generations. Just come give your ancestor-in-law a hug. Sword drawn, Oni beckons you closer. There's no way he's ever hugged anyone his entire life. I think I'm good over here, Rover. Red now! Push them my way and I'll split them in half. The sacrifice of this usurper to the Yamoka bloodline will surely bring us back to life and set us back on the course of honor. So silly, Grandpa. We both know that only one sacrifice can get our family back on track. Revenge of my father, your great-great-great-great-grandson, traitor to the Yamoka name. Lust for violence in your voice. Fills me with cheer. I'll never forget who I am. I suppose, if this is the person you want to be with, to go on your journey of bloody vengeance with, I should trust your judgment. The strength inside of you blooms from the same tree that was planted centuries ago by our shared ancestors. They kind of have, like kind of Mexican sounding music, to be honest. Doesn't it? And if Troy ever treats me poorly, you have my word on our family's honor. I will wield my katana and gut them like a fish. A tear rolls down from behind Oni's demonic mask. You sure you want to marry into this? And one last word of advice, my dear girl. The father stuff, don't forget it, but maybe stop focusing so specifically and obsessively on it. What you did, it was awesome, but it was already done. Do something for yourself now. Just my 2 cents. Be well, Rin. I will see you again soon. Now let's go. Servants, Clint, Danis, return me to the stables. I assume my dragon has been fed and tended to. Sorry, this is still better than dealing with Trapper's dad. I'm sorry if I was disrespectful of your great-great-great-grandfather. You seemed like a very special man. I realized I'll never measure up to someone like that. A warrior with a hell of a fashion sense. I mean, that mask. Don't worry, I would never expect you to. Or want you to, really. If all I wanted was the biggest brute alive, I'd be down in Trapper's cave right now avoiding his vintage bear traps. But that's not the life I've imagined for myself. The sense of abstract duty, anger at a word changing around me, a lust for blood, that's no way to live. And yet, as you now know, that is the Yamoka way of life. Forever, I'm cursed to battle against the dragon that lives inside me, or at least maybe I was, until now. Call me the Dragon Tamer, baby. Haven't won this game yet. Please don't ruin it. So I have no idea where that came from. I think we've spent enough time in this lantern room. We should get back to the beach. This game is supposed to be an hour long. Like, that's what I heard. The moonlight sets a romantic mood as storm clouds roll in and surround the black lighthouse. Like, I don't mind getting, like, my money's worth, but... You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait long enough, it will rise again. Spirit removes her sheer robe, showing her strappy black bikini. Her pale skin glows under the light of the moon. Maybe you could help me get a head start on applying tomorrow's sunscreen. Oh my word. Again, I mean, yeah, of course, last time was, well, I definitely felt more connected to you afterwards. To be totally real with you, I kind of just asked you as a goof, but I really enjoyed it. I swear, though, if you tell anyone about this, I will not be labeled a foot freak. Not that there is anything wrong with feet, it's just that something about that kind of attention really gets people talking. Steady, steady. Oh. What? Can't believe that second one wasn't a perfect. There we go. God, that's so goddamn hot. I love feeling your hand sliding up and down my face between my toes. My skin has never been more moist. Before you can find a towel to wipe off your lotioned hands, Spirit grabs you and pulls you in close. Her lips lock onto yours. They're surprisingly soft and warm. The sensation is incredible. Clouds cover the moon and you find yourself on the beach with the Spirit in complete darkness. You can feel the narrow straps of her bathing suit come undone and come to life, snaking through the air, wrapping around your body, lifting you up off your feet. Come here, you. So this is what it feels like to fly. Oh my god. Your Spirit pulls you close. You feel bits of glass press into your flesh. Pain and pleasure mix and wash over you like an ocean. Salty air singing in your ear. Lighthouse howls. In the darkness, you're pretty sure that Spirit let the dragon inside of her take over. If it kills you, you're sure it will have all been worth it. Clouds part just as you manage to pull yourself exhausted away from the Spirit. A chunk of broken glass is lodged in your shoulder. You pluck from your skin, it drips blood. Sorry, I think this got stuck to me when I was having the best night of my life. Spirit drags her fingertip over the sharp edge of the glass shard. Keep it. Consider it a memento. We got plenty more where that came from. You arrive at the beach to find Claudette and Dwight waiting for you. Now's the time, Troy, to face your destiny. Actually, about that. Troy, can we talk privately? Maybe here, maybe someplace else would be better for this talk. You know how you feel about schedule, Spirit? Very strongly. And you know how I feel about you telling me what to do. Don't do it. Like I said, I'd rather have this talk with Troy privately. It's not right to do it here in front of everyone. You know, from my experience in upper management and my father's mine, I learned that if you're going to fire someone, it's best to do it in public so they don't freak out. Please, enough of the fire talk. Wait, you think? No, she couldn't be. They seem so in love. Well, I mean, not really. The Spirit is still a Spirit. But if I try to imagine Spirit in love, I suppose she hasn't attempted murder Troy yet, so... Okay, fine, your guess is as good as mine. Really? That girl is very hard to read. Word of advice, though, if you're going to end it quickly. In my experience, the more pathetic the creature, the more annoying the final howls are. I don't need any advice. Everyone out except for Troy. Did someone say final howls? That's my whole jam. I can say, right? Especially you, about. Wait. With Spirit, you feel something awful hang in the air. Maybe more often than the lingering smell of the Cleaver body spray. That gag, I'm gagging. We're all gagging for Cleaver body spray. Spirit, right? I don't know what you're saying, but before you say anything, just note that I really, really enjoyed my time. Getting to know you over the past few days helped me to get to know myself. For that, I just wanted to say thank you. That's sweet. You're welcome. You know what? It's that kind of thing that shows me you've got a good heart inside of you. Too good for me to carve out and toss into the ocean, but also too good for me to love. I need someone who shares my interests, someone I can connect with, someone jaded and dispassionate, only driven forward by a desire for revenge. I need someone who isn't so warm that I feel cold in comparison. I need someone who isn't you. Can we just be friends? I don't know if... Before you finish that, just know, if we're not friends, we'll probably become enemies, and I will destroy you. Friends it is. I'm glad to have you here for me when I need you, but also not too close for me when I don't. So yeah, I'll see you around. Spirit starts to leave. Wait, what? That's it? That's how this ends? You're just leaving me here? Not sure I'd use the word ends, and for that matter, I wouldn't say I'm leaving, but us, we're definitely through. The fact that you can't see that, well, just proves that we never really belonged together anyhow. Good night, Troy. No, I just spent all this time on this island doing everything I can to get you. When I find out that I should just leave the chocolate factory through the side door. I don't know what that means. Anyways, I say good night, Troy. See you around. Jeez, I'm sorry. What a bummer. Hey, why does she keep saying she'll see me around? Gosh, I have no idea. Mine's forever. Ah. So my precious killers lived happily ever after, as they should, learning to love themselves, first and foremost. I was trapped in a never-ending cycle of torture at my design. Wait, did I spoil my true identity? Made it this far, you should probably note that. That you'll have to play again to find out more. Goodbye, Troy. See you again. And again, and again. Forever. All that and we became friends. Well, I'll just wait through the credits, because that's what I always do. Oh, dude. Oh, Frank. The game's ending. Alright, guys, that was a playthrough of Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim. You know, honestly, I probably had more fun with the Colonel Sanders one. It was just a bit more ridiculous. I did like it. It was a good game. It was longer than I thought it was going to be, which is actually kind of nice, because I was like, man, it's only an hour long. Like, that's... Am I getting my money's worth? But I guess if you want to go for all the different achievements and endings and stuff, like, there's quite a bit of gameplay there, but... yeah, anyways, that was fun. That was definitely something, anyways. But, yeah, check out my Dead by Daylight vids. Go watch me play KFC, that dating sim. And peace out, keep it real. See you motherfuckers around.
That I used to love.